Edgeworks Nebula.
Max.
Hi, Molly.
How you doing, friend?
Oh, great.
You know what? I got a little something to tell you about today.
Are you going to teach me something
I'm
today?
going to teach you something about that I have become over the last couple of days obsessed with.
Uh-oh. That's never a good sign.
I mean, it might, and it couldn't be. It may and it might not be. Do you want to try to guess it?
I'm not going to lie. I have a pretty good track record on guessing, so let me have
Okay,
it.
these first couple,
Hit me
with it. These first couple, actually, all of them, you're not going to guess this topic at all. I promise you won't.
Rude.
I know, but you'll be so excited
It's
about
just
it.
because I say it to you
I know,
every
right?
day.
Yeah. Okay, hint number 1. So the fun fact number 1, a hint to help you get this topic. This topic is all around us all the time.
Oh, I know
What?
it. Love.
Oh, well, that is
You
correct.
made this joke
Well,
already.
that is correct. And well, I know someone very wise once said that. That's not exactly what this topic is.
Okay, it's all around us.
It's all around us all the time. Hint number 2, they come in many shapes and sizes, but they are often too small to be seen by the naked eye.
Oh. Is it oxygen?
Very good guess. It's not right at all. But very good guess. Very good guess. Because you know what? I'm just going to give you a little hint here. We need oxygen. And this topic is also extremely important, which I didn't realize until recently. Ready?
Okay, yeah. Hit me with number 3.
Hint number 3. They share some chemicals in their cells that lobsters and crabs also have in their cells.
What? This is you made this
No.
up. This doesn't exist.
No. Yes, it is.
All right. I'm gonna say it's a shrimp po' boy. Final answer.
From Bubblegum Shrimp Company?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
You're
wrong,
Shrimp Gumbo.
What is it? What is today's topic?
Today's topic is mycology. Do you know what that is?
I don't. What? It's your what?
Not your ecology, but mycology.
Mycology.
It's the scientific study of fungi.
It's the scientific melody. It's the scientific melody. Dee-dee-dee, scientific melody with Molly and Max.
Now, tell me what you know about fungi.
What is it?
Mycology, yeah. Well, tell me,
mycology.
yeah, to mycology, not your ecology, mycology. Tell me what you know so far. When you hear the word fungi, or as you've probably always heard it, fungi, which I think they both can be correct, but I'm going to say fungi for today.
Genuinely, what I think of is I think of mushrooms.
Yeah. So,
it's the first thing.
and you know what the first thing I wrote on my notes? Fungi, mushrooms, but they are more than just mushrooms.
Coming this summer, fungi.
More than just mushrooms. Okay, so they also come, not only are fungi mushrooms, they come in the form of mold, yeast, and like powdery coatings of mold. So
that's all fungi.
I don't know if you will understand how excited I am about this, because I feel a little bit like a little mushroom nerd. They are their own kingdom.
What?
Now, yes, they are their own kingdom, but they're more closely related to animals than any other eukaryotic organism. Do you know what that means?
I have no idea what you just said.
You and I, and now this isn't a mykaryotic, it's a eukaryotic. You and I are eukaryotic organisms because we have a very clear nucleus in our makeup. Within our bodies, we do have a nucleus. Other organisms like this that are eukaryotic as well, eukaryotic, are animals, plants, insects, us humans.
Does this mean that the cells that make up us as organisms have nucleus in the cells?
Yes. Now.
And little shroomies have little.
They have this, yes, but you know what? They do have their little nuclei. But listen, they are so important that they have their own kingdom. But it is wild that they are the most. You would think that they might be in the plant kingdom, or they might be most closely related to a plant, but they're closest to an animal. Isn't that wild?
That is super, super interesting.
Yes. And you know what? You know, like when people don't eat meat, for example, I don't eat meat except for fish. So if I like to sometimes we'll do a portobello and like fix it like a steak.
Absolutely, and it's delicious.
And I wonder if it's because it's so close to the animal family.
Interesting.
Now,
are we about to do a podcast about a vegetable?
No, we're doing it about fungi.
Because Molly, this is a science podcast. This is not a cooking podcast.
Now, listen, this is...
I'm curious how we're bringing it home.
Oh, don't you worry. It already is in your home everywhere. Yes.
Oh!
I'm going to tell you about this. Now, so we kind of talked a little bit just now how they're their own thing. They're so important to our ecosystem. Do you know that these little organisms, some are big, some are little, lots we can't even see, they are so important, and they could also be, they could save our lives as humans, like for medicinal purposes. I'm going to get into all of these little topics. They could save the environment because of all of the things that they can do. It's mind-blowing.
That's so now are the what you're referring to as like the fungi that's all around us, so those like the little, what I've heard the phrase like spores?
There are spores. There's like any mold is like fungi. Like you ever like maybe you don't wipe down the corners of the shower wall and then mold grows? That's a form of fungi. Not a great one to ingest, but it is.
That's crazy.
So
yeah, maybe don't
eat that one. Yeah, and I will say, only eat the mushrooms that you can buy at the grocery store. Don't just go out in a forest and eat mushrooms. Don't do that.
No, for sure. Yeah, don't do that. Got it.
I'm going to tell you a little something here, my friend.
Tell me everything.
Fungi have helped scientists develop medicine like penicillin as treatment for life-threatening illnesses.
That's amazing.
It's made up of a group of molds or fungi.
Fun guys.
Developed in the late 1920s. I believe actually 1928 by Alexander Fleming. Now,
Fleming kind of sounds like a mushroom.
It kind of does. Now,
that's actually genuinely crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and let me tell you, let me just like further dive.
You know what? How about you tell me a little bit more?
I'm going to put some flippers on and get into the deep end. Ready? During World War II, penicillin was used to combat infections in soldiers. Isn't that wild?
That is genuinely wild.
Now,
and it's just fungi.
And it's just fungi. Now,
fungi.
It's just fungi.
I'm never going to get that right.
Do you want to know something else?
Yes.
They are great for brain function. They can like help build back like your brain cells and stuff. Honestly, mushrooms are functional foods as a conventional superfood product.
I genuinely didn't know
Yes, that's why you're so smart. You love mushrooms.
I do love mushrooms.
They contain beneficial compounds including antioxidants, anti-inflammatories, and prebiotic fibers. They may help improve your memory function by reducing inflammatory processes and stress within the brain. Fungi live everywhere, Max. They live in water, on trees, in the soil, in the air, and in and on our bodies. Whoa. Yeah. Yes. They're really good for our gut health as well. Yeah, cool. Yeah. That's like that probiotic we were just talking about a little bit there. They create a good microbiome in our little indigestions, concentrated on bacteria, and it helps our immune system health altogether. Okay. Now we talked a little bit about how they're good for our body, right? But what about the body of Mother Nature?
Oh, the body writ large.
At all. Okay. Fungi help clean and regrow our ecosystem.
That's wild.
Now,
you're telling me?
Now I'm telling you. Mycelium is part of the fungi kingdom, and it's kind of like a network of threads called, I believe I'm saying this correctly, hyphae, from which mushrooms grow. And this is super prevalent in fields, forests, heavily wooded areas, and they just create like web-like structures. And they secrete enzymes to break down food sources to be used by the organisms.
That's insane.
Fungi can decompose dead things that are no longer good for the earth, and then they also rebuild. It's like
repurpose.
Yes,
these
it's
things.
amazing. And not only did they do that with organic material, they do that with plastics and oils. And they
What?
yes. So let me just keep going here. Ready?
I'm not stopping you.
So the prime job of most fungi is to sustain the natural world. Meaning, my friend Max, if we didn't have these, remember when we were like, oh, you guessed oxygen, and I was like, well, this is really important. It turns out that we didn't really know about. I didn't know about until now. Why don't we know about this? They are like extremely important because they decompose and then grow. So they can help in an organic way to get rid of like pollution both on the ground and in the air. And
That's wild.
And then when it regenerates itself and it comes back, you maybe don't want to eat it, but it will regrow and help other things grow.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
So I'm just going to read you this little paragraph that I thought was kind of cool. Ready?
Okay.
Fungi could help save our world from pollution. Certain species, such as the oyster mushroom, produce enzymes that digest hydrocarbons in petroleum. Some can absorb heavy metals like mercury and even digest polyurethane plastics. Scientists are also experimenting to see if certain types of fungi might be able to absorb radiation after nuclear disasters. Now,
What?
did you know petroleum is a fossil fuel? Yes? It's made of what?
I did know that.
Carbon.
Yes. Oil. Yeah.
Mushrooms can feed on the organic compounds and break down the bond of those compounds, and then not only remove the petroleum-based contaminants from soil, but also break them down in a way that even the mushrooms themselves are non-toxic.
What?
And then this is where they say, yeah, you wouldn't want to eat them, but they can simply be composted back into now clean soil.
That's
I'm
honestly kind of mind-blowing.
Telling you, like, they could save the world.
It's pretty
it's a
crazy.
natural way to depollute, clean up. Like, it's insane that we've not studied
It's
more
like
of
the
this.
world's sponge.
Yes, and do you want to know something crazy? Here's my fun fact I'm going to leave us on, is that as of 2020, around 148,000 species of fungi have been described by taxonomists, basically plant researchers who identify and say this is a species.
What was that number again?
148,000, but those are just the ones that we have found. It's in 2017 they estimated that they're all around are between 2.2 and 3.8 million species.
That's wild.
Like a wild mushroom.
It's a full circle.
Oh yeah.
That's insane.
Yes,
I actually genuinely had no idea that fungi was so vital to the Earth's ecosystem, to our bodily ecosystem.
I didn't
That's
either.
wild.
So anyways, I hope you were as excited, Max, as I was to learn about all this stuff.
I am so excited, and I'm excited to keep learning
Me
about
too.
it because it sounds like there's still so much more to learn.
Yes.
But most of all, I'm excited that I got a...
The wrinkle on your brain. Yeah.
Ooh,
Got my
that's a good
downstairs
one.
voice.
Let me tell you about mycology, the study of fungi. Yes, you see, I said fungi in the episode, but Google told me it was fungi. Oops.
To be fair, I think you could pronounce it either way. Both pronunciations might be okay. Here we go.
They're in a kingdom all their own. They come in many forms like yeast and mold. They're in your body. They're on your body. They're all around us all the time. They come in all shapes and all sizes. They're in the water, on the trees. They're in the soil and in the air we breathe. Ooh. bodies and helps the earth decompose in ways, kicking pollution to the curb. Ooh. And sometimes when we feel ill, the doc might give us some penicillin. Fungi in the form of a pill. Penicillin, great for brain function. They're a superfood. Saute them up, and they taste so good. They taste so good. Oh, fungi, such a wonderful thing. Natural decomposers, oh, the wonders that you bring. Fungi, tasty mushrooms a delight. Just give them a try. Come on, be a fungi. Shiitake, maitake, oyster, crimini, portobello. Max is a portobello fellow. Button porcini, morels for you and me. Give them a try. Be a fungi. Oh, I love them all. Max loves them all. Donna loves them all. We all love them all. Fungi. Oh, you can't spell it without fun.
Edgeworks Nebula.